Okay, we're back. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and I've been working through different portions of this book. If you've not been following along, we've done her dress, her hair, skin tones, the bow, apron trim, her leggings. We did the frog, we did the mouse last, and tonight, well, actually it's going to be morning when you see this, we're going to have the hedgehog. So let's get me lined up down here. Now, I did tell you last time that if you were on the fence about getting the Colors of the World Crayola pencils, that it was a good time to do that because I'm going to be using some of those here. I've pulled black just because we've been using that a bit of sort, and that's in regular Crayola. Then I've got sand, which is regular Crayola. Then in the new ones, I've got light, medium, gold. I've got deep gold, not gold, but golden on those two, golden. And then the extra deep golden. All right, so that's our colors. Light to dark. Let's scoochy black in over there because we may end up using that. Let's start with the lightest and start down here just with his feet. Little hedgehog has a lighter legs and face than the rest of his body. Okay, let's do that. We're going to come around here, do his muzzle area, and then we'll start coming up. Around, do all this lighter area, and then we can bring dark into it. Crayola pencils can really be your friend if you learn how to manipulate them on different papers, but I do believe that not all pencils are for all papers. There's a time when I do need a pencil with a softer lead that's creamier to get into some of the papers that we do find in coloring today. So that was sand. Now I'm going to light, medium, golden. Now, when you're holding several pencils, if you'll put your finger in where you're taking one out, you'll be able to keep them in order from light to dark. And then you can just skip along back and forth through your pencils easier. So just something that I haven't actually, it's like a little hint that I just haven't conveyed in a while. Okay, so this goes right up next to that other color. Just in the more gray areas. So leave that lighter color in your lightest, but then add this to that next area. And so we're going to come on out. So all of this that's lighter is going to get this color. I have not used these pencils a whole lot, the Colors of the World, but they are, I think they're really good because they give you several browns in different shades, and then they give you an array of pinks, and it makes it easier to doing skin tones. But those colors also work beautifully when you're doing landscapes for trees and stuff. It's like having another whole basket of play goodies at your fingertips. So there's that then. Then where my finger was, the pencil goes, and the next pencil comes out. Okay, this is just, I don't color this way that much anymore unless I'm sitting in my recliner, but it is the way I started out when I was first coloring and I wanted to keep my pencils in color order. It just really made it easier to separate. So now you see I'm coming in those darkest shadows and then going up behind some of those hairs. Go ahead and go around here on part of his nose. I'll go under his nose and then come down just a little, and that will make his nose appear to pop up off the page. Okay. Now, because he has that hair that just kind of shoots out stiff, we want to go behind each row with the darker colors. And that's going to give that illusion that it's actually poking up there. I'm going to go ahead and get darker as I come back here. Then again, between some of these. And then just the strokes that make them look long and lanky. Get in here in some of this. Give it some texture. Keep it spiky. Okay, you're not doing your little circles. We're not trying to get it smooth. Okay. Next color. So now I'm really going to come in here, deepen this up, deepen up over his eye, because he's in attack mode. So by adding the dark over his eye, it gives him more of a fierce look. Okay. Let me get here behind. So I'm just putting in those marks. Just get those lines in, and that's what's going to give you that texture. And then the black that we've been adding here lately, I'm going to come in behind the ear. This is going to push that ear forward a little bit because you've done behind it, it lifts. And then I want to lift some of this up to make it in front of the ear. By doing the bottom curve of this, it makes it more rounded. I'm going to do under the fur area. I don't guess it's fur, the little spikes, whatever it is. and just some loose dark areas. And again, it's going to give you that depth. If I were painting this, I would have done all the dark first and then overlaid the light on top. But because we're doing pencil, we have to do, or it's easier to do, the dark last because it's harder to cover dark with light when you're using pencils. With the paints, it's not that big of a deal. But with the pencils, it's much easier to do the dark last. Okay, so by doing what I just did through here, it really pushed that to the back. Now, if I want to bring that face even further to the front, I can come along here with some of this black, ever so carefully. Don't go overboard. But see, this makes back behind them look like there's little bits of shadow. So don't be afraid of the black, but just use it sparingly. And if you're afraid it's going to be too dark for whatever you're working on, then by all means change out the black to like a dark chocolate or a cosmos or a sepia, something that's going to be dark without being as harsh. Okay, so that's our little guy there. That did not take long at all. So let's look and see what we have on back, because we know that that little hedgehog shows up again. So let me find him on that page of animals. Ah, it's there. And it's on the page of animals too. But let's start with this one. One page. Put my protector in there. See if we can zoom in. That's as far as it'll let me zoom in, y'all. So we're just going to do the best we can here. Pencils back in color order. There we go. So let's start with the lightest for this little guy's face. And the ear. And the legs. Okay. Then we're going to take the next shade. And I'm going to start in here with all this. And I'm going to blend into that face. So this one's a little bit different posture than the last one. This one almost makes the last one look like a porcupine. Except at first glance I thought it was a gosh, now I can't even think of what they are. Hedgehog. So a hedgehog's what I'm going to go with. Then my next shade. This point I'm on extra deep golden. Going under the edges. And that just pushes the rest of it to the front. Under the edges back here. And here. Around that ear. And then blend it out. That'll make that ear look like it's popping up some. And then here. There we go. Then I'm going to do all through here. Now, I could have done this part with the other color and then come in with choppy strokes in this color. but I'm going to come in with the black and do some of the choppy. So just some choppy strokes. Just kind of going back over what was already on here. The artist just had little lines, and I'm just making them a little bit more pronounced again. You know, I keep thinking summer's almost for a break in the heat, and then it takes off being warm again. I'm going back to my second shade and just going in the ear a little bit. See, just that little bit makes it tuck back under. I can also do at the leg some coming down, and that makes it look like this is over the top of that. Okay? All right, let's see where our last little hedgehog friend is. Because I know that there was one more. And then I'm not sure, there he is. I'm not sure what we're going to tie into next time. We may just keep going with some of these animals. So lightest shade. It does look like he's having fun, doesn't it? Just rolling around as they do. Okay, then the next shade, this is shade number 2. And I'm going to come down here because this has a little bit more space between the lines. And then there's a lot of gray right in here. So we're just going to go ahead and get that colored in. Let's go ahead and do his little nose there. And I could have brought pink in for his nose. That would have been cute. I could have given all these animals really pink little cheeks. You know, you can change that up however you want. Then, let's see. Deep golden is next. So I'll come around and just start putting this in. Then put some in that ear. And then right behind the ear, that will push that ear forward some. Add some more in here just to give some color. We don't want him to look just white in there. There we go. Then we're going to move to that last brown. Then we're going to move into the black again. I think this is the most I've used black in ages. I'm just spiking the ends a bit. Just keep it loose. Making the dimension, getting depth. Around that eye very carefully. There you go. All right, I would say we're finished with all of our little hedgehogs. Okay, so thumbs up, enjoy. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget, if you sign up for alerts and stuff, you'll automatically be notified whenever I do another lesson in here. Really debating on a fun background on this page, just because I've got another background that I'd love to share with you. So that's a possibility for next. We'll see. I guess I need to figure out the color of the cat first. I'm going to do some research and see if there's a specific color for the Cheshire Cat, because I think that's this story, but I've not stopped to really read. So, anywho, I think that's it for this time. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to read. Gonna have to look and see. Yeah, it's the Cheshire Cat. So maybe we'll do that cat next. That could be some fun. All right, I will see you hopefully in just a matter of days. Thanks for stopping in. Bye.